welcome back to Haunt Finder. Today is a very special day for haunters. Today, Spirit Halloween has released a Halfway to Halloween 2024 teaser. Let's break this thing down to every little detail and see what we can find in this new video. Alright, so first here, we have the little teaser here. Now, at first glance, this doesn't seem to look like much. Yeah, I saw this too. It just looks like some flashes with a box with a ticket that gets pulled out by a white glove and red suit hand. And then a skeleton comes and jump scares at the end. Yes. But here's the thing, what if I told you there is a lot more than this? And today we are going to analyze what these things are. Okay, so first thing I want to say is about this popcorn here. Seems like some ordinary blood-stained or like ketchup-stained popcorn. But what if I told you I have another theory for this? I think that these popcorns seem to look connected and plasticky, as like a prop that might be in the theme this year, which is obviously Carnival just by the theming. Look here, pretty obvious. There's a ticket that says admit 1, but other than that, being in the ISE maybe, that's what I have to say about this image. On to the next. Okay, so in this first flash, which is extremely quick, if you take a look and pause it at a perfect time, you will see this. A post with some signage that seems to say, "Ware of dog," or, if you look carefully, "Beware of dog," with some grass and stuff. Now, this is "Beware of dog," but I have also done the pleasure of going ahead and turning up making it darker in this image. So this is what it looks like darker. Not much else to see. Like, there's not much difference. But that's all I can make out of this image. And now, editing me here, I forgot to mention the fact how this could stand out to be Bubba, but that wouldn't make sense because he's returned a lot and it just wouldn't make sense. It's normal for Bubba to be there. This could mean there is more like a dog animatronic, like a big dog animatronic, like mutant, or like a maybe even next here on your screen appears a burnt-in smiley face. Very weird looking, and I have some theories of what this could mean, what this could be. Now, in the back of my head here, I'm thinking I've seen this before, and I've tried to think, where did I see this? Now, I searched up this smiley face here, and I got the smiley character, and there was a movie of it in 2012. But also, I've heard some theories that this is a Joker type thing, or I've also seen this, like, it's a new prop, and what I think this is a new prop with, like, a white face type thing, and has burnt in, or just skin, and then a burnt in smiley face, like that, identical to that, in the prop. And it seems like a really scary thing. And I actually would love if that prop existed. And I really hope that my theory is correct. Let me know what you think of this theory. And let me know what your thoughts are and what you think this is in the comments below. In this next frame, I see a picture of stilts in this flash here. Now, it's very obvious to see stilts here with the live show orb type thing, and it seems to be a poster. But I'm also thinking this could also be a thing that's like in the ISE this year. But in the background, if I show you the darker image right now, you can see that in the background there's a carnival type thing. And you can see as well, if you look carefully, there is a Reaper in the corner of the screen. I will put an arrow to what I'm looking at. But this seems to be that's in the leaks lately. If you look at like Stucky plus Bud and some more other people, you can see that there's been a hanging Jack the Reaper leaked. And this seems to look an awful lot like that Jack the Reaper. To the exact positioning of his hood, to the exact shaping of his face, I think that this is teasing a hanging Jack the Reaper. And if I'm wrong, I think it could also just be a new prop, like they teased Internal Rest last year. And let me know what you think on this, but I am pretty confident that this could be a hanging Jack the Reaper, and pretty excited to see. And also, Stilts as well also seems to be a returning prop this year, either in the ISE or online only. This makes me really happy because I wasn't able to pick him up, and I really like Stilts. But I think he'll look great in this year's theme, or online only, or wherever he is. But Stilts, I think he's returning in the ISE or online only this year, if I'm correct. In the next image, we have a lollipop. Now, I have some things to say about this. At first glance, it reminds me of Uncle Charlie's lollipop. But if I look in closer to it, the colors do not match, which seems to be sporting a orange, yellow, and red pattern here. Now, Uncle Charlie has blue in it. And that makes me think that it's not Uncle Charlie, and it's not Samantha, which was an old prop years ago in Spirit. But if I show you an enhanced image here that I have created, you can see at the bottom here, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it, that there is a hand with an arm, like a striped arm and a hand, showing to me that what Spirit is trying to show us here in this flash is that this lollipop will be in a new animatronic's hand with striped arms on its, with striped sleeves on its arm. And I'm pretty excited to see what this could be. I also have a theory of who could make this. Looking at how the lollipop is made and looking at how the sleeve looks, I believe that this will be made by Seasonal Visions International. And they're just one of the companies that Spirit likes to work with on making these awesome animatronics that we all love and know. So that's what I think of this frame, and I think it's really interesting, and that this prop will be good in store. But it is obviously connected to a hand that is not latex, which meaning it is not a prop, and it is a, for sure, animatronic. Next here, I'd like to talk about this box that seems to be the main character, the main item in this entire teaser. Now, I have an insane theory, supported by the other Nate guy, and shout out to him, but I gotta say that this box, that other Nate guy said that it could be a pop-up. Now, I have some evidence to prove so. If you look at this box, you'll notice that the shape of it is a box. But if you look at it careful enough, it also seems to be made, it could either be made out of plastic or like some sort of metal tin material. Now, Another thing about this too, if that doesn't support it, which it probably doesn't, is this ticket. It is very well placed to be on the side here, to where an awful lot, I feel like it would fall from the gravity that Isaac Newton created if you placed it like this. And I also have another look to show you another reason with this ticket right here. Okay, so if you also look at the bottom of this box, you'll notice that there's screws. Why? If this is cardboard, like most of Spirit's things, but what they would do if it's just made for the teaser, it's screwed in. Spirit, I know, uses these little plastic tacks for cardboard. So this is not cardboard, and is something way more high budget. And also, I think that this could be a pop-up box, just like that other Nate guy thinks, with where you pull the ticket and something pops out the top. Now, another thing I'll point out is if you look carefully, it seems to be from the front that there's a slit for it to pop up, like the top. But if you look at the side, you don't see anything. Here's why. At the top, there could be a little roof type thing for this box, and that is hidden. But that's what pops up. Could be attached to an animatronic or props head popping up like some other props, and one that was really popular, like a cat out of a pumpkin or a witch out of a pumpkin from 1990. It could be like that. Another thing as well, I know there's a lot of things, is this ticket. If you look at when it's pulled, you'll notice that it's pulled out, but it's not pulled out. Something comes in to interrupt it. It's a giant skull. Now, here's the thing though. This ticket, if you look at it carefully, I've noticed that it seems to go off to the side, which would take a lot of pressure to do normally when you're just pulling it straight. This could mean it's actually supported by some elastic string type thing that is pulling it back, which would cause a mechanism to activate, meaning when you pull it, it'll start pulling to the side because of traction. And then a skull comes to interrupt it because they can't show that you can't pull it out. Because if you could pull it out, it would reveal nothing's with this. This is nothing wrong. But because they don't show it, it probably does something. Now, this is a little far-fetched. I know it's pretty crazy, but let me know what's your thoughts on this. I'm pretty sure that this is something. In another frame here, this frame suggests that there is a spiky Killer Clowns from Outer Space animatronic, or another Killer Clowns animatronic. Now, here is why. Now, everyone's been saying that this box in the middle, it's new. But I analyzed this not too carefully, it doesn't take much, to realize that this is the box we've been looking at the entire time and the one I just spent a ton of time talking about. So, even the pull on it, it's nothing. But these stars, though, is something. These stars are on every single one of the character from Killer Clowns from Outer Space's clothing. And specifically, it's well known for being on Spikey. And that makes me think that Spikey could be this year. And I have another thing to prove it too. If you listen to this video very carefully, I'll let you listen to it normally now. You'll notice that it sounds very weird. It sounds distorted. It sounds creepy. It sounds kind of clown. I realize that this sound we are listening to is the very first 19 seconds of Killer Clowns from Outer Space's theme song. it's a part where it speeds up really quick, and then it gets into like a really part, and that makes me think that this is it. No, it sounds a tad bit different. There's children laughing, and I say that replaces the clowns laughing, and also that this thing here as well, the audio is manipulated. Spirit has manipulated it to, at some part, be slowed down a tad bit, at some part, at the end, near the end, be reversed, and at the beginning of it, be normal. And this is really interesting, and it's very hard to hear, but I hear the Killer Clowns from Outer Space theme song whenever I listen to it now. At the very beginning of the song. You can listen to it for yourself. I'll actually put the snippet that I'm talking about right now. Sounds like it, right? But anyway, this could be false. This could be misinformation. I'm just saying what I think, and these are theories, and theories aren't all correct. It's just a theory. Another thing here, too. In another flash, you can see a paper being crushed by a cane or a staff with Monty very prominently on here. And this seems to say you won't believe your eyes, limited time, like poster type thing, showing that there could be posters returning again this year. I have a few in my room here. All of Spirit has ever sold are in my room right now, and these could be 2024 ones. But here's the thing as well. It's more than that. Stilts was one too. I didn't mention it. I forgot to. But as well, this cane is from Spirits. My mom said that she noticed, she works there, that she's seen this cane before. She thinks it could be. It's a lot of the canes it could be. They all look a lot like this. But here's the thing. They're on a costume wall. Do you know what animatronic is pretty prominent and was bought a lot and is popular enough to have its own costume? Monty. This could be hinting towards a Monty costume or a young Monty or something along those lines. I really hope it's a costume because I'm not a big fan of the young animatronics. Sorry, Spirit, they're just not my thing. I like the originals better. But you can see here that this is what I think, and somehow I think that this is going to be a Monty costume. As they made Nightcrawler, they made Crouchy, and they made Jack the Reaper, and they make these animatronics now into costumes. This could be a Monty one. Monty's pretty prominent to it. Pretty cool. I think that's what this could be. Another thing I have here too is this skull. Now, it looks like an ordinary, creepy skull, I have to admit, and it cuts off the camera. But it's deeper than this. I have looked into it because a lot of other people said that it kind of looks like Blackheart. Now, here's a kinda. But here's the thing. I put them side by side, and they look an awful lot like each other. To every detail, to the eyebrows, to the shape of the eyes, to the exact teeth, to how their teeth are folded back, to all the little wrinkles. It's the Blackheart skull. Now, here's the question, though. Does this mean that he's returning? Does this mean that he has his own, costume? Does this mean he is just back online? What does this mean? Or is it just that they're reusing his mold because it's creepy? I have no idea. But leave me your thoughts. I am really wanting to hear them. And I don't know what to really make of this. Now, today I've talked about quite a few things. Is Stilts returning? Is Monty returning? Is Monty getting his own costume? Is Blackheart returning? Is clown animatronic? Is there going to be a weird smiley face or smiley animatronic? Or costume or whatever? I've said all these things, and I have ran out of things to say. If you like these theories and think that I did a good job, let me know. And if you have any of your own theories, let me know. I am really excited to hear them. I am really enthusiastic on this. But another thing, wait, yeah, I'm not done yet. I also looked at the dates of when this was posted. This was posted on July 29th. I looked back on the dates of Spirit's Halloween teasers. Do you know one thing I realized in common? The first one? It's always on the 29th. And then the next one, last year's second one? Yeah, there was a second one, and it teased a lot. It was on July 20th. No, it was on July 15th. The year before, the second was on July 20th. Now, I say that this could mean that from the 15th to the 20th, or in that week, we are getting in July, we are going to be getting a second teaser for Spirit Halloween 2024. So mark those calendars and get ready to analyze with me again, or with any of your favorite creators, as Spirit releases a second teaser, because they've been known to release a second teaser. And this one didn't have much. It had quite a bit. But the second one always has more. So get ready, folks. Keep your eyes peeled. Stay haunting. And we'll see you in another Haunt Finder video. Bye-bye.